Yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? It's Devron and I'm back with another banger. In today's video, I'm gonna be giving you guys the best jump shots and dribble animations for season 5. All these jump shots and dribble animations is what I use in Comp Pro Am 5v5 as one of the best hashes in SEBA. These jump shots and animations are crazy. I've been going stupid with them, but anyway, let me quit wasting y'all's time and let's just get straight to the jump shot. Alright, for the jumper, you want to be using Jarrett Culver base. This is a 6'5" and above jump shot. There's no other base, in my personal opinion, that you should be using if you're playing hash on a tall guard. This base is just so consistent. It feels like I'm using Tracy McGrady from 2K24. Like, I feel like I can green 8 out of 8 times, and that's super hard to do on 2K25. So with this base, you can shoot over people. You got high release height. You got a good speed. You don't really get slowdowns. So, yeah, make sure you're using Jarrett Culver base. For the upper release 1, you want to use KCP. KCP is really good because it helps speed up your release, and Oscar Robertson is probably the most used release by most competitive players. It gives you a good release height, and the speed on it's not too bad. You want to go release on the visual cue, you want to go max on the release speed, and you want to make sure you have it set to 40-60. This is what I'm using in all of my clips of me playing on my 6'5" or 6'6" build, excuse me. And yeah, this is my personal jump shot, so make sure you guys put this on if you're 6'5" and above. Alright guys, for the 6'5" and above dribble animations, you want to make sure you're putting on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. There's really nothing else you should really be using. If you want to use Kobe White, you can, but I just don't think it's as good as Shea. It gives you a good explosion out of Kemp or the Jimmy Butler escape, and yeah, it gives you a good little speed boost. I use Cade Cunningham 6 size up. It gives me the little cross in the front. It's not as good as Steve Francis as what you get on the small guards, but I'm not really sure what else I would be using if I didn't use Cade Cunningham. For regular breakdown, we got Pro. This one doesn't really matter as much. I don't really use this, so you guys can put on whatever you want, but this is just what I use. For the aggressive breakdown combo, now I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is the most important dribble move that you need to have on. Like, if you're playing competitively, you have to have this on. This gets me open 9 out of 10 times. Like, you can just spam it. It's so easy to do. You just hold RT and you're flicking up on your right stick, and it gives you an explosion in front of the defender, and you can just crab them almost every single time. Alright, for the escape move, we got on Jimmy Butler. Now, you can use Kevin Durant. I tried it, didn't really like it much. You can try Zach LaVine. I don't think Zach LaVine's very good. So realistically, just use Jimmy Butler or Kevin Durant. I use Jimmy Butler. For the combo moves, I'm using Pro. If you guys didn't know, there's a new quick stop that you can do, which is flicking up on your right stick. So you flick up and right back down as quick as you can, and it'll give you a quicker quick stop than what everyone's been using. So that's what I've been using. But other than that, the combo moves don't really matter. For the crossover, you want to make sure you're using LeBron James. This is the best crossover for tall guards. Gives you a little side step so you can get in front of the defender and get your easy midi. Yeah, that's what I use, LeBron James. For the behind the back, I'm not going to lie to y'all, this is a must-have. Devin Booker and Kawhi Leonard. You should not be using any other behind the back. This is the only valid one for tall guards. It's the same thing. It's the same exact dribble animation as Trae Young, but just under a different name. Literally, like, it's actually crazy. 2K copy and pasted this dribble move, so make sure you're using this one. The spin doesn't really matter. I don't really do spins or anything. It'll probably give me a turnover, so I just throw on Penny Hardaway. Doesn't matter. Y'all put on whatever you want. The hezzy. Now this one actually does matter. You want to make sure you're using Tyrese. I don't think there's any other good hezzy to use. Tyrese Halliburton. It's just clean. You can spam it. You can move pretty quick with it. There's so many different things and cancels that you can do out of this hezzy, so make sure you have this equipped. For the step back, I personally use Zach LaVine. I don't really know what else you would use on the tall guards. Everyone's using Zach LaVine, so I would use Zach LaVine. From what I'm looking at, nothing else is really worth using. You could try Devin Booker. Not really my style, though, so I'm using Zach LaVine. Now, the triple threat style, I'm pretty sure you don't get this until starter 4, but I mean, it's season 5. I'm pretty sure most of you are starter 4. If you're not, it's fine. You can just use whatever, but if you are starter 4 and above, make sure you put on Kobe. You can get open off of just jabbing in front of someone, jabbing to create space. So many different things that you could do using this, so I'm using Kobe. So that's it for all my animations for the tall guards, but let me just get on to the small guard animations. Alright, for all of my small guards out there, you guys want to make sure that you're using Patrick Mills base. Okay, Patrick Mills, it's the best base in the game for small guards. If you're not starter 4, use Cam Thomas, but it's season 5, so I think most of you are starter 4 now. Make sure you're using Patrick Mills for the base. For the upper release, I'm using Oscar Robertson. Honestly, 80-90% of jump shots are at least going to have Oscar in it. It's been in the game for years. It's dominated the releases. It gives you a good release height, good release speed. Make sure you're putting on Oscar Robertson. Now, I'm using Beluba. Beluba actually has a really good release this year. It's surprisingly good. This is just what is comfortable for me. So make sure you put on Beluba if you want my small guard jump shot. For the blending and release speeds, I'm using full release. If you're using Patrick Mills, I think most people use release. It's the easiest visual cue to shoot off of. You let go when you see your character flick the wrist. So that's just what I use. I use max speed. You can use 3/4 if you want. I didn't really like it, so I'm using max speed. And for the blending, you want to make sure you go 55, 45 on the blending. Okay. This is my jump shot. This is what I use in Pro Am. Alright, to get on with our dribble moves and the dribble sigs, this is what I'm using. Darius Garland dribble style. If you're a small guard, this is just what you should be using. There's really nothing else you should be using. All it is 85 speed with ball. It's not that hard to get. You should be using this. Signature size up. Now, this is an important one. Now, you have to have 95 ball handle, so it's expensive. But if you play Comp Pro Am and you're a hash on a small guard and you don't have 95 ball handle, I don't know what you guys are doing. I'll have to drop a build video for you guys. I mean, 95 ball handle, everyone in Pro Am is using this. Steve Francis is a must-have. Alright, for the regular breakdown combo, I don't really think this matters too much. I don't really do this very often, but when I do want to do it, I use Isaiah Thomas. Gives you a really good explosion out of it. You can grab defenders using it. That's just what I use. The aggressive breakdown combo. Now, I'm using Devin Booker. Everyone in Comp Pro Am is using Devin Booker. It's the most OP and easiest way to get open on this game. There's not many good dribble moves that will get you open this year. So everyone's using Devin Booker. Make sure you guys put this on. For the escape move, now there's 2 different ones you could really use. It's kind of just preference. I like Curry. It's got a good explosion out of it. I can move really quick out of it. But if you guys don't want to use Curry, if you don't like Curry, make sure you put on Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is probably the second most used escape. You can crab defenders in it really easily with this one. It's just a little slower. But if you're really good at dribbling, you could probably make this work. So use Kemba if you don't like Curry. Alright, for the combo moves, this one doesn't really matter too much, but I use Pro because there's a new quick stop that's way quicker than the one we've been using. You just flick up and down on your right stick without holding turbo right before you shoot, and it gives you a way quicker quick stop, so I'm using Pro. For the crossover, now, I'm not going to lie to y'all, D-Fox has been dominating this year. It's kind of like the Kobe cross, I'm pretty sure it was, from 2K24. Gives you a crazy side launch that'll boost you into the defender. You'll literally blow right by him, and you have a free midi, a free 3, a free dunk. You can do it in so many different things. D-Fox is like a must-have crossover. For the behind the back, the only thing that I think is valid is Trae Young. I don't really think anyone else is using anything else. It's kind of like Jamal Murray from last year. So make sure you put on Trae Young. The spin don't really matter too much. I'm not doing spins, so I just threw on Terry Rozier. So you guys put on whatever you want to put on for the spin. Now the hezzy, I use Tyrese Halliburton. I think that this is the best hezzy in the game. Some people don't like it, so they use Kobe White. It's either Tyrese or Kobe White. Those are the two you should be using. It's just preference. You guys try it and see which one you like. For the step back, I'm using Zach Levine. It gives me a really crazy far step back. You can explode out of it. It creates so much space. Like, this is an elite step back, so make sure you guys are using this one. For the triple threat style, now again, Kobe Bryant, you can get open off of this so much. If you're starter 4 and above, you can get open off this easy. So, I mean, make sure you guys put this on. It's got a really good jab. All right, I'm going to give you guys my scoring move SIGs, my dunk style. For my small guard, what I use on my dunks, I'm using rim grazers off 2. It's a really good safe dunk. You don't really get blocked using this. None of these dunks are going to be crazy, like fancy or anything like that. This is all just to get a bucket. I'm pretty sure I'm using both. I'm using both of the standing dunks, and then you want to put on quick drops. Quick drops are elite. I'm not going to lie. You just hold up on your right stick. It'll activate so many times. I don't think I've ever been blocked on this dunk, like actually ever. So anytime I get this to activate, it usually goes in. I've never been blocked on this dunk. I'm also using athletic one-handers off 1. This is another really good safe dunk. It's good to activate. This one don't really get blocked much. So those are my dunks that I'm using on my small guard. Make sure you guys put those on. And don't forget to put on Devin Booker's signature dunk. It'll help activating the quick drop. So really, it's literally the best dunk package I feel like. So make sure you're putting on Devin Booker. All right. For the rest of my moves, I'm using layup style. It's going to be Derrick Rose. I don't really think this matters too much. I just threw it on. I don't really do layups. I'm either shooting a midi or I'm dunking the ball. So you're not really going to see me do layups too often. For the go-to shot, I'm using Curry. I just like the way he moves off of it. The step back off of it is quick. I don't really do it unless I'm trying to use it to actually get open. I don't really shoot off of it. So this is kind of preference. You guys put on what you want, but I'm using Curry. The dribble pull-up. I'm not going to lie to y'all. This might be the most important scoring move animation that you need to put on. Pro 2. If you're playing 5v5, there's no reason to be using anything else. Like, Pro 2, it's got a really elite dribble pull up to it. Like, the front fade on it is crazy. It's crazy quick. It's super consistent. And the left and right fade off of it, pretty nice. It's consistent. We've been using this for years, so make sure that you put on Pro 2. The spin jumper. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't do this very often, but when I do, this move is crazy. The amount of space that this creates is insane. Make sure you put on Kyrie spin jumper. The hop jumper, I use Kyle Lowry. It's got a really good step back on it. You can create so much space off of it. It's not really like 100% necessary, but there's really nothing else that you should be using, so put on Kyle Lowry. The post fade doesn't really matter if you're playing guard, especially if you're on a small guard. You're not really going to be backing anybody down, but I use Pro 2. It's really comfortable, so yeah, use Pro 2 if you want. Post hook and the hop shot, neither of those really matter. Motion style. For my motion style, we're going to be using Jalen Suggs. There's a few different ones that you can use that I know a bunch of people use. I like Jalen Suggs. I feel like it makes me the fastest running down the court. You could also use Dante DiVincenzo. You could use Alex Caruso as another popular one. Bradley Beal is another popular one. All of this is preference, so you guys use what you want. Try all of them. Whichever one feels the best running around and dribbling with, just put that on. Make sure you guys use what you're comfortable with. But that's going to be it for my dribble SIGs and dribble animations. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for me. I usually go live every night playing Comp Pro-Am on Twitch under It's Devron. Make sure you guys go follow me on there as well. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.